Yes. So, my people, I have something to discuss with you today. I know today is Monday morning and Monday, uh, and some people Monday afternoon, Monday morning, and some people are off to work and all this. But this is something that I want to discuss. I want to look into the Kanye West situation. I want to talk a little bit about it uh, and look at it from different handle because there's different ways to look at the Kanye West issue. A lot of people are not, you know, sometimes we can become so unfair to people in a lot of ways because society give us this thing to judge everyone in the same light, not knowing that not everybody is in the same light. Not everyone we cannot judge everyone in the same light at all. And the reason is, uh, if a person is mentally ill, you can't judge him in the same boat, have him floating in the same boat as a person who is not mentally ill. And those are things that we need to take into consideration when we are casting judgment upon people. Um, what is their mental state? You know, these are things that you got to look at. What is their mental state? And a lot of people, they have things within them, but because of their mental state, they don't know how to express these things that are inside of them. I work with mental health for 11 years straight, you know, and I've seen, I remember this incident where a man wanted to, something was going on that we could not understand immediately. And he just started using so much profanities, and his wife just started crying. And the wife said, I've been with him over 30 years and I've never heard him use profanities before. You know, mental things are mental. You know, we who are who don't have mental problem, because most of us have mental problem, you know, but we who do not have mental problem should not be judging those who have mental problem. The reason is, and even some of us who call ourselves doctors and nurses and you know, which psychiatrist is a mental doctor, you know, all people, a lot of us in these positions, we still are looking from the mentally ill things that they cannot give to us. And this is what we see in the case of Kanye West. A lot of people are looking from Kanye West things that, shalom, my brother, shalom. A lot of people are looking from Kanye West things that Kanye West cannot give to us. He cannot give these things to us because what? Even though he's intelligent, you know, he is mentally ill, and his mental illness overrides his intelligence. So what I'm going to share with you a little thing about bipolar disorder, because he's diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I'm going to share something with you about bipolar disorder so you guys could, you know, see, you know, where we are coming from. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I will show you these things, and this is not a black and white issue, Jew. It's just a people issue. If Kanye West was white, I'll still be doing this. If Kanye West was a Jew, I'll still be doing this. If he was a Muslim, whatever, I'll still be doing this. A mental illness is mental illness. You know, mental illness is just mental illness. And you can't get over these things. So if we look at this, this is from the Mayo Clinic. So the Mayo Clinic is nationally, this is big time. This is not small. This is, I think, out of Cleveland, Ohio. I think this is where the Mayo Clinic is located, in the Mayo Clinic. And it talk about bipolar disorder. Like an overview, bipolar disorder, formerly called manic depression. The moment you hear the word manic, it should be telling you something. And depression, oh boy, I can tell you about depression. I was depressed at one time. When I just came to the United States, I believe that I live a better life. I run from a better life to come here because of the situation I fall into. And it put me into this depressive state. And I'm telling you, depression ain't no joke. I heard an idiot, what's his name? Abu Tate, Abu Andrew, which is Andrew Tate, saying that there is no depression. That dude is such a stupid clown. I don't know why idiots follow that idiot. Depression is very bad. And I wasn't in manic depression. I was just in depression. And can you imagine, me imagining what manic depression would feel like. I was just in depression because of my situation. And can you imagine what manic depression is like? Because manic depression goes like emotional highs and depressive low. So emotional highs and depressive low. And these emotional highs are uncontrollable if you are not on medication. And even sometime with medication, these emotional high present themselves. Even while on medication, people that I am a nurse and I take care of people who have bipolar disorder. And sometimes even on the medication that they take, you still have these emotional highs. And only a mad person, and this is why we know the world is going crazy. This is why we know the world is going crazy, where only a person who's not thinking straight would be judging someone who have this problem in the same boat as you judge a normal person. Why would you? Why would you judge Kanye West the same way you would judge a normal person? You should not. You should not. I'm not saying he's going to get away with everything and do this and do that and that, but you need to take in consideration is disease. But not only that, so look at this. When you become depressed, and you could see that with Kanye West, you may feel sad or hopeless and lose interest or pleasure in most activities. When your mood shifts to mania or the manic stage, or hypomania, less extreme than mania. So you got hypomania, which is like hyper crazy, but not, sorry, I shouldn't use the word crazy, but in this term, in layman's term, it's kind of a little bit crazy, but not as bad as mania. I shouldn't use the word crazy, but it can be bad. It can be bad. But just to use layman term so that you guys could understand what's going on. So the mood shift can even lead to very disruptive behavior, even violence. So extreme mania, you can feel euphoric, full of energy. And if you notice him sometime when he's speaking this way, how much energy he have. his energy level seems like he's off the chain. I will show you some video of him, and you could see these manifestations. These mood swings can affect sleep, energy, activity, judgment. Do you see this? Do you see this here? These mood swings can affect sleep, energy, activity, judgment, behavior, and the ability to think clearly. Look at this, my friend. Judgment and the ability to think clearly. But yet still, we all here trying to condemn Kanye West. Why? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Because this is the society that we are living in. We promote the wrong things like homosexuality, abortion. We promote all kind of evil. And then the people who need our help, we look at them as if they are evil. Not because Kanye West have money more than we have, a lot of us have. That doesn't mean that Kanye West doesn't need help. So why is it that we sit around and we judge this man? I don't know. And we make videos and talk bad about him. I don't know. Look at this. Although bipolar disorder is a lifelong condition, you can manage your mood swings and other symptoms by following treatment plan. But look at the problem that a lot of time we have is because of the problem in your mind. A lot of times people don't take these medications, and men, especially black men, are less likely to take their medications. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. I don't know why, but it is the truth. A lot of young black men don't even go to the doctor. They don't even go to the doctor at all, for real. In most cases, bipolar disorder is treated with medication and psychological counseling, psychotherapy. So you see that? But most cases, it's medication. Medication. In most cases, it's medication. And then these medication, you know, I'm not telling you not to take your medication, also come with side effect, because a lot of these medication can cause suicidal ideation and other problems. So this is what we see here. So symptoms. If you look at it, unpredictable changes in mood and behavior resulting in significant distress or difficulty in life. But we are here judging this man and thinking that, what our expectation. I heard Charlemagne call himself Charlemagne the God. I heard Charlemagne the God actually came out saying all these bad things about Kanye West. And it's crazy to hear people, you know, but everybody, let me show you. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody know who hold the power in society. They do know. Ice Cube is another one. I heard talking about Kanye West. But let me show you something that is so crazy. Let me show you something about Charlemagne that is so crazy. Okay, so we look right here. Let me share this with you. My people, we have to be more Christ-like and more human to people. You know, Kanye West need our help, even though he doesn't act like it. If you look right here, Charlemagne, where is it? Charlemagne the God slammed Kanye West as a Nazi over anti-Semitic remarks. This guy right here, Charlemagne, I don't want to get into it because it's news stuff, is calling the man a Nazi over his remarks. No, that's very extreme. Who is a Nazi? A Nazi is a person who wants to kill Jews and hurt Jews. That's what Nazi do. Where is it that Kanye ever say he want to kill a Jew? Where did Kanye, Mohammed Hijab is more like a Nazi, walking around with a gang of Muslims in London, asking, where are the Jews? We need their blood. Have you ever seen Kanye West do anything like that? What Kanye West say have nothing to do with him being a Nazi. And this is where you see, you know, I don't like to use this term, but black people are dangerous to other black people. We are. Black people are the most dangerous to our kind, but we believe that the white man is more dangerous to us, but that's a lie. Total lie. Black people are more dangerous to black people. Look out, you come calling this man a Nazi. Calling this man a Nazi. Can you imagine that? Wow. A Nazi? You know what a Nazi is? This is how much evil we are that we water down the term Nazi. We water down the term Nazi. We don't realize that Nazi were people who killed thousands of Jews. The Nazis were people who murdered thousands of Jews. And for you to call Kanye West a Nazi is a stupid, idiotic, dumb remarks. And look what I'm going to show you now. Just to show you how stupid this clown Charlemagne is. There's so much clowns in our society. And we got to be careful what our children are introduced to. And this is why it's good for kids to go to church. It's good for kids to know Jesus Christ. It's good for kids to have that role model and not to have idiots like these as their role model. Because look at this. Calling the man a Nazi. You see right there on the screen, he calling the man a Nazi. Maybe it's too small for you guys to see. So let me show you how dangerous we are, man. We are dangerous people. Charlemagne, the God, slammed Kanye West as a Nazi over anti-Semitic remarks, I think he says. Do we know what a Nazi is, man? Ain't that crazy to be calling that man a Nazi over something like what he says? No. But let me show you what Charlemagne the God say, and it is so similar. It is so, thank you, brother, thank you so much. It is so similar to what Kanye West says. Listen to this, what Charlemagne say, and see if it's not so much similar to what Kanye West say, but yet still, he calling the man a Nazi. You can't call a man a Nazi for making a mentally sick man a Nazi for making these remarks. You are crazy. You must be mentally retarded to be calling a man who suffer from bipolar a Nazi for making the remarks that he made. Have he ever said that we should kill the Jews or we should hurt the Jews? No, he never said those. So how are you going to equate him to a Nazi? A Nazi is a person who wants to kill the Jews. Look at this. Let me show you something. Look at this. So let me small this up for you guys so we could play this. This is dangerous, man. And that's why I said us as black people, we are the most dangerous to our kind. And we sit here playing the race card all the time, talking about why people are racist and all this stuff. There's racism everywhere we go, but we are the worst to our people. To be real with you, we are the worst to our people.
You know why there's not a lot of Jewish rappers? Because there's Jewish owners and Jewish CEOs. They run these labels. They're the bosses. That's why.
I'm jealous of the fact of how they do business together. I'm jealous of the fact of how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I'm jealous of the way Jewish people do business. And I'm jealous not just for me, but for our entire culture.
You attack black people and Jews.
So I know what he says there is not exact everything that he says, but I too, I'm jealous of the way they run businesses. I am jealous of the way that they have their life together. Wouldn't black community want to see everything, they have everything together like that? Wouldn't the white community want to see that, hey, we have things together, we all have things together? When I was in Jamaica, I used to be jealous of the Chinese over there. I used to be jealous of the Chinese. Does that mean that I hate Chinese people? No. I was jealous of the way that they involve their family in everything. I was jealous of that. That they come and they keep things within their family. I was jealous of that, to see them, the unity that they have. Black people need to unite. Black people need to unite. We need to unite. We need to be more in unit and stop using that race card that we use to get away with damaging ourselves. Because in the end of the day, we come trying to play that race card. I remember when I came here and I want to go to school, and someone have me meet these guys, say, "Oh man, you need some friends, so I'll introduce you to my friend husband." I go to that man's house, the man sitting in his house smoking weed and telling me, "Man, the white man this, the white man that." I didn't want to hear crap about no white man this, white man that. I am in the same boat with the white man, trying to survive. So how are you going to tell me that the white man this and the white man that? I don't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. This is the problem that we have. What Kanye West says so far, what I see him say so far, I have no problem with what he says. Right now, in this video that we just watched, I have no problem with what he say in this video. But listen to this idiot. Did you hear him say that? Why do you think that there is no Jewish rapper? Because they control the business. They are the bosses. Literally, he's telling you that the rappers are controlled by the Jewish people. That's what he's telling you. But he's against Kanye West saying something similar.
Jewish people within the span of a week, then you are indeed a Nazi.
Charlemagne is a hypocrite.
Totally. A big time hypocrite. The dude is a hypocrite. All these people like Charlemagne and all of them, they know who have the power. They really do know. They understand the business. And we show you as we going on, as we go along. They understand who have the power here. There's some powerful people in America, and they know who have the power. They know who have the power, and they know what can be done to these people. If you're in the spotlight, what can be done to you if you attack a certain set of people? And if those certain set of people believe that you are attacking them, then Charlemagne know exactly what can happen to him. And this is why Charlemagne is literally straddling the fence in a sense.
Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlemagne the God is the biggest hypocrite on planet Earth. These, I want to go back to this, and it's going to be a short video. You don't have to watch it long. These people have no spine. They pump their chests up like they real. Oh, I'm a stand-up dude. I'm a real individual. I'm calling out people for doing stuff. Like, bruh, you need to explain this. You came out against Ye, whether you like him or not, bruh, whether you believe what he said is right or not. You came out against Ye, and we're gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video of him coming out against Ye first. You can click over to the next video. I want y'all to hear what he said about Ye first, and then I'm gonna play him saying exactly what Ye said. But explain to me why bruh ain't got no spine. At the moment of pressure, these brothers will turn on each other and talk trash about their brother to the left and lie and be.
Do you see that? I totally agree with Tatum. When I say 100% agree with them. It don't matter if you're black or white. If a person speaks something that makes sense, when he speaks something that makes sense, stand with him. When he speaks nonsense, you can talk against him. But what Kanye said is the way he said it. It's not what he said. It's the way he said it. And because of his disease. The way he put what he want to say. But if we look at the music industry, who control the music industry? Literally, who control the music industry? Who is making the money from the music industry? Who is making the money from the music industry? Every artist is a tool used, whether it is by another black person or or anybody. But they're just a tool used because what? The majority of the money doesn't go to the artist. The majority of the money go elsewhere. So, but we must remember that Kanye West have a mental problem. This clown, so far, we don't know him having a mental problem. But listen to what he's going to say.
Be manipulative because they cowards. Even though he believes exactly what Ye said, he believes in almost every concept that Ye was talking about, but yet he want to say everybody else is scared of the white man and all this. Bro, you a pawn. You being controlled 100%. Roll the clip.
Oh, it's an excuse for bigotry? No. I don't think so. And I know a lot of people who suffer from mental health issues
and bigotry. What is bigotry? Come on, man.
Don't maneuver like that. And also, you're a
And do you notice this dumb idiot? What he says, he know a lot of people who suffer from mental illness who don't maneuver like that. I know people who suffer from mental illness and was suicidal. I heard of a prophet who was suicidal, a false prophet that was suicidal, Muhammad. So at the end of the day, for him to say, I know people who suffer from mental illness but don't act like Kanye. Do you know anybody who suffer from mental illness that is in the position of Kanye? Have a microphone around him everywhere he go. These are the things that this clown don't take into consideration. And not everybody sickness. One person may have bipolar disorder and another person have the same bipolar disorder, but they manifest in different ways. They're North Pole and South Pole. This guy don't understand these things because don't speak about mental issue if you don't understand mental issue. You can't be coming, I know somebody who have mental disorder and they don't behave like that. But I know somebody who have mental disorder who behave worse than Kanye. They will try to hurt you. They will try to hurt themselves. So at the end of the day, what kind of judgment? Who is this clown to be making judgment on Kanye? Because what? Oh, I got a podcast and I can make judgment. You don't know nothing about health issues, so why are you making judgment on health issues?
Billionaire. If you know you have mental health issues, go get help.
And do you see the stupidness? If you know you have mental health issues, go get help. Wasn't it last year a billionaire killed himself? Wasn't it last year? I think he was a billionaire who killed himself. A Chinese guy. I think he was a Chinese guy who killed himself. I can't remember his name. He killed himself. He have billions of dollars, but he killed himself. There's a Jamaican guy who killed himself. Krusty, what is called Krusty Patty, Golden Cross. Look it up. The guy is a millionaire. Jamaican guy is a millionaire over here in the United States, but he killed himself. Krusty, Golden Cross, a pastry and restaurant. He killed himself. Why? Because mental issue are mental issue. An idiot like this say, "Oh, go seek help. Go seek help." The person who should be helping Kanye West was his wife, but his wife, like an idiot, run off with another man, put the man to a curve and run off with another man, knowing that the man have a mental issue. When a person have mental issue, he need the people in his corner to be in his corner until he's doing better. But no, Kim Kardashian don't care about that kind of stuff. That's the person. People with mental health issue need people to help them. They can't just, oh, because I have $1 million, I'm gonna help myself. A lot of time, people with mental health issue, they know they have a problem, but they, because of the kind of sickness, they cannot gather the mind to help themselves. So, oh, you are a billionaire. What an idiot, man. Who is this idiot to be speaking an issue like this? This guy is a clown. You cannot speak on things you don't know about. Before you make, you have a podcast, before you make these claims, you need to ask people who are in the mental health field, how can Kanye West help himself? People need to help Kanye West. That's what Kanye West need. People need to help him. And to be real, the most likely people that Kanye West will allow to help him is Kim. But what Kim do? Kim kick him to the curve and take up a clown, and then kick the clown to the curve, jumping like a frog all over the place, island hopping.
Simple as that. Like if you got access to every single resource available, go get.
Do you see all this dumb idiot? You have access to every single. Go get help. You're gonna tell a person suffering from depression to go get help. No, family need to help that person. Somebody need to step up and help that person. That's really what's gonna happen, because a mentally ill person will, most cases, will never seek help. Will never seek help. Somebody have to seek help for them. You have all the resources. Go seek help. What you know, you stupid clown? You don't know nothing. Like, you don't even have a base knowledge of what mental illness is. You know how hard it is for a mental ill person to get up off the couch and go find some food to eat? Does this guy not have all this idea that a person suffering from depression, how hard it is for them to even get up off the sofa to go find food to eat? Man, you know how long it take me to put my life together? How long it takes for me to put my life together? If I was supposed to do it on my own, it would have never happened. It would never would have happened. Why? Because there is chemical hormonal changes inside your body with so much chemicals, different chemicals in your body that cause that lag and that craziness going on inside of you, that you need to help to get you to the first step. You have people sitting in their homes right now who need help, and just somebody to uplift them. A lot of homeless people. Why you think they are homeless? Because of depression, because of bipolar disease. That's why they are homeless. So what this guy know about Kanye West situation?
It helped. But once again, that doesn't give you the right to be a bigot. You know, I'm sure there was
What a clown, man.
a lot of Nazis with mental health issues. You know, that don't excuse, you know, them being Nazis. And, you know, if you attack black people and Jewish people within the span of a week, then you are indeed a Nazi to me. You know, so I don't. You know,
All right, go to the clip of Charlemagne said exactly what Ye said.
you can't speak bad about a Jewish person because they have organizations and they're a close-knit group of people in power who will bring you down. Same thing with gays.
Oh, you can't speak bad about Jewish people because they will bring you down. They are a close-knit organization that will bring you down. So what that sound like? They are the mafia. So you calling Kanye the Nazi and calling the Jews the mafia. Do you see that? Do you see what Charlemagne did? Kanye is a Nazi, but the way he speak about the Jews as if the Jews are the mafia. They are close-knit people who will bring you down if you talk anything about them. Don't that sound like you're talking about Islam? We be going to it's like do you see that? If it came out of Kanye's mouth, this kind of thing come out of Kanye's mouth. That's exactly what Kanye says in other words. And he doesn't have any mental issue according to this dumb clown, but he's saying the same thing that Kanye says. In other words, do you see the problem that we have in our society with our black men? You know, our black men are designed to tear each other down. But at the same time, a lot of us share the same sentiment. But because some of us are coward, you know, we'll tear the other person down, you know, to satisfy our cowardice move.
You can't say nothing bad about gays because they move as a unit. Black people don't have that.
And isn't that what Kanye says? Is that what Kanye says? In other words, he said some more things, but that's similar to what he says. That's similar to what he says. Wow. What a donkey, man.
Like Jews don't go out and try to recruit people into the religion like, you know, certain Christians and Muslims. And stuff.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even feel comfortable talking about this. I'm sweating right now.
Oh, do you see that? Do you see? He's so scared of the Jews. He's so scared of them. What Kanye say is what he's scared of talking about. Do you see this? Do you see? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. This is the kind of society that we are in. You know? I'm not saying I agree with what Kanye says, you know? But there is truth in what he says in some part of what he says. Truth in what he says about black people not coming together like the Jews come together. There's a lot of truth in that. We are not together. And you will see that look at this. This is prime example that he share Kanye's West, some of what Kanye West say, he share it, but he's divided against Kanye West and calling him a Nazi. But he is calling the Jews the mob. The mob, literally. Because if the Jews are people that you cannot say anything against, and you, according to him, if the Jews are people that you cannot say anything against, or else you'll be destroyed, to the point where he's talking about the Jews and he starts sweating. What is that telling you? He is actually telling you indirectly that he believes the Jews are the mob. It's a modern day mob according to him.
Listen, I don't. There's certain things I don't like to talk about, and I love Jewish people.
Oh wow! Loving somebody doesn't mean you can't speak the truth. How you feel? You know, I love the Muslims, but I tell them every day that their prophet is a nasty, dirty bastard, because he is. He is. He was a nasty, dirty bastard. He was a false prophet and a nasty person. You know, but I love the Muslims. I don't hate them.
But they're powerful. I don't want them to misconstrue anything I'm saying.
Oh, they're powerful. So if they're powerful to the point that if they misconstrued something that you say, your life could it could affect your life, it could destroy your life. Wow, isn't that the mob? That sounds like the mob to me. That sounds like the mob to me. That's dangerous. There should be nobody in society. American society should give nobody that power to destroy another person's life like that. And this is the danger of American society, where America take a certain sect of people and give them this power, including the Muslim coming here. Give them this power to destroy other people. And give them this power, and you see that happen in Great Britain, where the Muslims have this power in Great Britain to the point where they could walk down the street saying that they want to kill Jewish blood. Where are the Jews? We need their blood, and get away with it. You see that? This is a society of the Western world where certain people are given so much power that people are scared of talking about them. Yes, there's a lot of people who are scared of talking about the Muslims. Why? Because the Muslims are going around, you know, hurting people and killing people. Yes, look at the man, Salman Rushdie. He talked about, he wrote a book and his life was almost taken. The cartoonist, he paint cartoon of Muhammad and his life was taken. In France, a teacher talked about the cartoon of Muhammad, and he was killed all over the world. Even in the other day, not long ago, in Nigeria, a man killed his mother and his father for talking about Muhammad. In the Hadith of Muhammad, a man killed his pregnant slave, a slave that was pregnant for him. He stabbed the slave in the belly for speaking out against Muhammad. Do you see the kind of stuff? So these are the kind of fear that we should have of people. Why shouldn't we be living in the United States of America and fear speaking out against anybody? No, you should not. And the sad thing about it is the title that they give words. They are giving words they are giving meaning to these things that are so crazy that you could say something and you didn't even know what you're saying can be considered can be considered anti-Semitism. The definition that they give to words are dangerous, because what? You shouldn't generalize anybody. You shouldn't put bunch of every people into the same basket. You should not do that. Say, oh yes, black people are this, Jews are this. No, you know, if you notice when I talk about Muslims, I never say the Muslims are this, the Muslims are that, the Muslim, you know. But when I said Muslims are killing people, yes, they are. You know, but I'm not saying all Muslims are. But they are out here hurting people. In today's society, when it comes to religion, what religion is he going about killing people and hurting people? Because of their speech. And why is it that this God need to hurt people because of their speech? Because what? In every cultish communist society, in order for the communists to continue and reign, they have to keep a bridle on the tongue of the people. They have to stop the tongue of the people from speaking. You see the same thing in Russia. The same thing was in Cuba years ago. All these communist regime, you don't have freedom of speech. And America is slowly becoming that kind of place where you don't have freedom of speech. It is. And when you take away the freedom of speech, guess what? Islam reign. So don't think that I make this podcast just to talk about Kanye West. I made this podcast to show what's going on in America. And this is the breeding environment, the best cultivated environment for cultivation of Islam. This kind of where you're shutting up people from saying what they want to say. And making people scared of saying what they want to say.
Anything I'm saying the wrong way. So I would much rather not even have this conversation.
Wow. A grown man scared of speaking his mind. Because of what? He believed that there is a power. He believed there's a power. Look at this. Look at this right here. He's always been a paid up, no backbone. Somebody tweet right here. He's always been a paid up. Maybe a paid operative. No backbone. Say you have no backbone. People believe that everybody is against Kanye West. In Los Angeles over a bridge, people put this big thing and said, "Unc, if you agree with Kanye West." And there's people going down because there are so many people who agree with him. There's a lot of people who agree with him. A lot of people who agree with him. There's a power. And you see him confess that there is a power. There is a power. So it's not something that you need to lie about. You know, Jesus called us to love. And not because I love the Jews. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to say that there is a power. And when I say the Jews, I don't mean all Jews. But there's a powerful sect of Jews in this country. And as he confessed, you can't say nothing about them. And it's not only the Jews. There's other people too. It's not only the Jews. It's a powerful sect of people that you cannot say nothing against them. You say anything against them and you are in no form of power. Look at Dave Chappelle. If Dave Chappelle if he didn't have backbone, you would not even be hearing anything about Dave Chappelle right now. But because Dave Chappelle have backbone, then you are hearing about Dave Chappelle because he wasn't going to go away silently in the night. No, he wasn't going to go away silently in the night. He realized that I have a talent and all I need is myself. And that's true. But see, Kanye West, he need people. If he's a rap artist, he don't need anybody really because he could make his own label and make new money. But his other endeavors, he need people with his other endeavor. You know? So that's a different thing. But this is crazy, man. This man is scared.
I have a lot of great Jewish people in my corner. I have a Jewish conglomerate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he have a Jewish, so he can't say nothing against them. You lucky you're not the one in Kanye's space right now, because you actually said the Jews are like the mob.
Absolutely. You know why there's not a lot of Jewish rappers? Because there's Jewish owners and Jewish CEOs. They run these labels. They're the bosses. That's why.
Hey, somebody, please come 911. Tell me he didn't say exactly what Ye said.
Yes, he did. He did. He totally did what Ye said. And this is dangerous, man. This is how dangerous it is. Like, you know, where's the backbone in these people? You know, where's the backbone in these people, man? If you see something going on and you think that it is wrong, speak out against it. Yeah, you speak out against it. But because, I have Jewish conglomerate. Oh, so, hey, put some money in my pocket and I keep my mouth shut. My mouth shut. I don't say the same thing Kanye West said. Wow. Do you see that? Craziness, man. A craziness. Another one is Ice Cube. Another person is Ice Cube. Ice Cube is just like this guy. You said Dave Chappelle is a pagan Muslim who's Dave Chappelle is just not right in the head. But you know, I think a lot of people become Muslims because of other issue. There's other issue why they become Muslims. To be real with you, you'll be so surprised. I've done my research. It's something that is more seated in other things why they become Muslim. Let me show you something that Kanye West says.
I didn't realize that I could be considered anti-Semitic till I read one of the definitions of anti-Semitism. Look at this. The definition says, making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as a collective, such as, especially, but not exclusively. This sounds like let them go by. All right, so it says, think about it, that sounds like the type wording that's in the contracts, right?
Indeed.
Okay, it says, such as, especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions.
But isn't that what you said? That Jews run everything?
Yeah, but that actually is considered to be anti-Semitic.
And how is that? Do you see the definition of anti-Semitic? If you look at so in Jamaica, where we see the Chinese are taking over Jamaica. So if I say the Chinese are taking over Jamaica, then I'm anti-Semitic. In a sense, I'm speaking out against Chinese people. Would I be anti-Semitic or anti-Semitic of something only to do with the speaking out against the Jews? Do you see what these kind of nonsense, man? It's nonsense. So if you look and you say, the Jews are taking over the record industry, so that would be anti-Semitic. Make no sense at all. Like, to be real with you, it made no sense. It made no sense for somebody to say, the Jews are taking over the recording industry and you know, whatever you see happening, if it's something that you actually can see happening, then we'll call you anti-Semitic. Oh boy, it's just crazy. Like, literally, when you look at these things, man, it is literally crazy.
I didn't realize that I could be considered.
So we look at this and then look at this right here, and we'll see something else going on here that is kind of troubling to me. I don't believe in racism. I don't believe that people should be attacking no race, nobody. But I believe that people should speak the truth. When you see the truth, you need to speak it.
Ice Cube came out and said, I don't know where he gets the idea. Like, Ice Cube, we heard you for years tell us that Jerry Heller, who was a Jewish music executive, was evil. Like, we heard you saying these things over and over and over again.
It wasn't just Jerry Heller, though. He used the word Jew.
Right,
The
he
whole
did.
crew.
Devils, he called them devils. Like, so how now can you say you don't know where this came from? Like, he put out a whole picture of like this Monopoly board that was.
Hey, look at this. You see this here? It's like a Monopoly board, and money is on the board, and all the moves on the board, and then all these Jewish men, 6 of them sit around, and the table for the board, the foot of the table and the table itself are black people. And their little game is over. All we have to do is stand up, because they're bending over holding the Monopoly board. And so all we got to do is stand up and their little game is over. Ice Cube says that. The new normal until they fix the old normal. So he's saying to smithereene, to oblivion with the new normal until they fix the old normal. He said, all we have to do is stand up and their little game is over. Do you see that? How crazy this guy is, man. But he came out speaking out against Kanye West, like how do I get mixed up into, because they lost their backbone. Here he is telling black people to stand up and the game is over. Because he believed exactly what Kanye West believed, that there are Jews who control the music industry. There are Jews who control certain things, and they're doing it on the back of black people. This is literally what this is saying. This is literally what that is saying. I show you a big.
The back.
Okay, the lady's explaining it.
Of black men with a bunch of white or Jewish men, it looks, sitting around the table and said, all we have to do is stand up. Well, you have Kanye trying to stand up, and now you have people like you being weak that, oh, I don't know where that came from. This is what you've been pushing into our minds for years. You know, when Ice Cube came out.
Yep. And just to show you a bigger version of that, what he had there, we just show you a bigger version so that you guys could see. You know, it's sad, man. For me, it's sad. Like, when I see people behave this way, it is sad for me. Like, you know, very, very sad, man. Racism is bad, and to target any group of people is bad. But if you have truth about something, whether it is black, white, or what, you need to speak out against it. So if you believe what you're saying is true, Ice Cube, you need to stand up and speak out against it. Stop being a hypocrite. You know? Stop being a hypocrite. Like, is Kanye West that crazy? So if you look at this in here, it says, to learn who rule over you, simplifying out who you are not allowed to criticize. Voltaire. Wow. And here is this thing with the I don't know if it's bigger here. I don't think it will get bigger. So let me just. It won't. I don't think it will get bigger here. Let me see. Yeah, but this is the men around the table, and the table is like, the top of the table is a Monopoly board, and they have money, gold bricks, and money, and all kind of stuff. It even have a skull on it, like a dead man skull, and then the table, the foot of the table, and the is on the back of the people are the what of the back of black men, because these are black men on the here. So this person repost what Kanye West, not Kanye West, what Ice Cube posted. So we can see that Kanye, Ice Cube share these belief of Kanye West, but is now making statement like this: I hate that my name was dragged into the drunk champs bullshit. So you see that? So were you drunk when you were doing what he was doing? Do you see that these people don't have the mental problem that Kanye West have, but they are making the same statement that he have. I don't know what Ye meant by his statement. You're gonna have to ask him. I don't put the battery in his back. Please leave my name out of this anti-Semitic talk. I am not anti-Semitic and never have been. Wow. All of a sudden he become delusional, like Muhammad. All of a sudden he become delusional. Muhammad, our wife, little baby wife, says Muhammad used to imagine he had done things which in fact he did not do. So all of a sudden, Ice Cube, the big rapper, become so delusional that he forget what he says. Wow. He forget that he make these statements. Now he is, Kanye, you're on your own. He actually say exactly what Kanye West says. And now Kanye West, you're on your own. Brother, you're on your own. Talk like what's his name? Zaki and Ike. Man, this is how crazy all this is. That we don't, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. This is the only thing that Kanye West says that I wonder why he said this, but it's actually, if we look at it another way, and take what he actually trying to say from it, because Kanye West is giving us messages, but what we are doing, because we are reading too much into what he said, because we not realizing that this man have a mental problem. Even though he's an intelligent man, he have a mental problem. So if you listen to this right here,
me like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And I was like, yo, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. They've been
So he's saying that someone said to him, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And he said, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. And if somebody asks me like, hey, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum, I would never tell them about Planned Parenthood. I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. But what he's doing here, even though the Holocaust is not comparable to Planned Parenthood, what he's doing there, he's saying that, hey, to me, what I got from this, he's actually saying that, hey, there is another Holocaust, in a sense. There's another Holocaust, because black people, if you look it up, and it's nothing to lie about, majority of the abortion in the United States is done by blacks. It's not a joke. If you look it up, I could show you right now. It's not a joke, So when he say what he say, there is bigger things to learn from what this guy is saying, even though he's using the wrong choice of words. there is bigger things to learn. He's actually telling you that, hey, there is another kind of, I wouldn't say it's equal to the Holocaust, but there's something going on that is bad. There is something going on that is bad where people are murdering their children, unborn children. That's what he's talking about. So if you look here, you see, if you just put it in, you see effects of abortion on the black community. Why do you think that you would have something that says effects of abortion on the black community? Because what? The black community, black women will largely bear the brunt of abortion limits. Why? Because most abortion is done by blacks. It is true. It is a fact. Nobody need to hate nobody because of that. About 40% of the women who got abortion in the US are black. 40% of them are black. Are black. So Kanye West is looking at that thing and realizing that this is an evil. Because I too see that as an evil. Is a life greater than any life? Is one life greater than any life? No. In the Jewish Sanhedrin 4.5, what do we find there? He who take the life of an innocent, it is like he take the life of the whole nation. So Kanye West is saying that, hey, we know the Holocaust. And the Holocaust exists and it's of the past, and we are sorry about the Holocaust. But what about what's going on today at this very point? People don't. Kanye West is a poet. And when a poet speaks, even though he's in his mental thing, he's still a poet. When a poet speaks, you have to learn how to pull out what he says from it instead of calling him a Nazi. No, look and see what he's saying. Look and see what he's saying from it. Wrong choice of words, but at the same time, you can pull out of it something that this man is trying to say. He's trying to say that look into the black community and see the problem with abortion, because we do have a great problem with abortion. Look into it and see. And we think it is by race and ethnicity. 70% of all pregnancy among black women and 75% among Hispanic were unattended. Do you see that? When I say unattended, that means these people didn't go to the doctor, weren't none of these stuff. Compared to 42% among the white women. Black and Hispanic people have the most to lose from Roe v. Wade. Do you see that? High abortion rates strike blow at black community all over. So this man is actually saying something that makes sense. It's just a language that he's using that is ineffective. The language is ineffective, but what he's saying is sensible. People, if we stop being so sensitive and listen keenly to what this guy is saying, sometimes we learn something from him. I remember one time he said something that made me so mad about black. You choose to be a slave, that black people choose to be. It was a choice. He says after a while it become a choice to be a slave. And I was looking at it and I said to myself, so this dude is crazy. But then when you read into it, even though it's not something that I would say, what he says was for people to stand up and fight and don't care about their lives. If you're fighting for the right reason, don't worry about your life. Like fighting for Christ, if you're fighting for Jesus Christ, don't worry about your life. Your life, you know, your life here is nothing if you're fighting for the right purpose. That's what he actually was saying. But it's just his choice of words that is the problem. People don't look and see this. The way he chooses words is not the same way we choose word, because he is in this manic mood and is impulsive. Very impulsive when he's in this manic mood. And you could tell when he is in manic mood and when he is not in the manic mood. He gets so excited when he is in that manic mood.
With me too long. Y'all done poked the bear too fucking long. Like Jewish people have owned the black voice, whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt or it's all of us being signed to a record label. They hit him with the fentanyl.
So you see what he's saying, you know, for me, what I'm hearing him say when I see the part, he's saying that it's time for black people to start owning things for themselves. There's a lot of black people with money who need to start investing into things so that people can support them and stop hiking up their prices because I've seen a lot of black people starting business. Oh man, there was a store. It's still a store. It's owned by the Muslims now, the Arabs, and you could pass there almost any time. There's people shopping there because what? They don't hike the price up. They don't hike the price up on the people so the people cannot afford what is being sold there. But to be real with you, I've shopped there when I was living in close there, and it was owned by 2 different black owners. And man, when you go in there to buy a meal, you'll be like, wow. When you look at what you get, chicken, regular bread, sweet roll, and you're walking out there paying $20 for the little piece of stuff that you got into and you'll be like, why? Why is it that you don't have the common sense to know that business is run this way, man? Business is run. I'm not saying all black people are like the same way. They're great businessmen who are black. But I'm just telling you that this is what we face. The black business people who are in black business need to be out there more, selling themselves more. You know, selling yourself more. Look at what Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan put his name on a shoe, and then it's the most expensive shoes for black people to buy. And you tell me that's not slavery? That's kind of a slavery in sense, because what? You work and all your money go back into the system in order to wear Jordan's clothes and other people's clothes. That's slavery in a sense, because you're working for nothing. If you're working to wear Jordan, expensive, totally expensive, because this is even Kanye too. The shoes expensive like hell. This is what they do. Like, you know, it's just a craziness, man. It's just a craziness. That's craziness. And I see where George Floyd family is gonna sue Kanye West. They need to sit themselves down somewhere. They need to sit themselves down somewhere. The problem is that, you know, we look, things happen in society, but it's George Floyd. George Floyd was no role model. You know, he didn't deserve to die the way he died, but he was no role model. His behavior caused his death. Because if he didn't do what he did, nobody would have been on his neck. It's a reality. If he didn't do what he did, no one could be on his neck. That day, nobody would have been on his neck. You know, so this is what we got to do. We got to get rid of that behavior. I see this idiot called Andrew Tate. I see a lot of black young black men calling him Top G and all kind of stuff. You clowns don't find a better role model and see what happened. Let me tell you, if you're looking for a role model to follow, Denzel Washington would be a better role model. He's a top G. You don't see him getting himself in trouble and acting like a clown. That man was in a position to do more than what Andrew Tate did, and he didn't do that. He keep himself away from trouble and stuff. So you're talking about top G. If a black man need a role model, go follow Denzel Washington. If you need a better role model, go follow that dude and stop clowning with this idiot Andrew Tate talking about he's top G. Top G what? But anyway, so this is what we see going on today, man. The craziness. So I just decided, okay, we're going to look into some of it. And we're going to actually show one more video from Kanye West, because this video here, for me, make total sense in a lot of ways, you know. I'm not saying that every word from this brother makes sense. I'm not saying that. Every word he say is something I would say. No. But there are others who share his belief, but they are cowards and they're scared of talking out.
World. God runs the world. We need to be in service to God, and we all need to be in service to God. So I'm jealous. And you know what? Because when I would speak on the Khaled and Drake record, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. When I was speaking on Drake, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. When I'm speaking on the Jewish culture, why I'm speaking on that? Out of jealousy. I'm jealous of the Jewish culture. You know, actually, I just thought of that right now, but it had to happen because it's such a perfect thing. It's basically saying, hey, you know, my people rise up. They did something good. Let's copy what they're doing. I want my people to rise up like the Jewish people. I'm a competitor. And I'm jealous of the Jewish community. I'm jealous of the fact of how they don't abort their babies. I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with their wives. I'm jealous of the fact of how they do business together. I'm jealous of the fact of how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I'm jealous of the way Jewish people do business. And I'm jealous, not just for me, but for our entire culture. And I believe that once we rise up, that we will have a position to be able to serve God, because it's not about taking over the world. God runs the world. We need to be in service to God, and we all need to be in service to God. So I'm jealous. And you know what?
And why, according to this, he said the deleted interview, what Kanye West really said about the Jewish community. So he said some things, but also listen what he's saying. Does this man sound like a Nazi? Charlemagne called this man a Nazi, but does this sound like a Nazi? No. This man actually don't sound like a Nazi. He sound like he would like the black community to be in position like the Jews are in position. That don't sound like a Nazi to me. He look at the Jews actually as a role model, to as far as I'm seeing from here.
Because when I would speak on the Khaled and Drake record, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. When I was
So you see that? I don't see what they see. You know, I'm not saying that this guy is somebody you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna follow him in every way and everything he do. But at the same time, man, come on. We just gotta be real to ourselves. Like, you know, why are we out here hanging this guy? You know, and this guy got mental issue, but yet still people who don't have mental issue is saying the same thing that he says. And we don't see them being boycotted and being tear down and all this stuff. But anyway, people, let us get into the Quran. Quran. Now we're going to show you someone who is worse than Kanye West. And it is the God of Islam. It is the God of Islam. So let me tell you something about the God of Islam. Let me tell you something about the God of Islam. Yeah. He came from the brain of a madman. Mad Mohammed. Something was wrong with his bloody head. Mad Mohammed. Something was wrong with his bloody head. That's what I said. Mad Mohammed. Something was wrong with his bloody head. So let's get into it now. People, let's get away from Kanye West. Because Kanye West is not at his best. Okay, so here we go. The God of Islam, man. Let's talk about the God of Islam. All right. So I'm going to share something with you guys, man. So the first we're going to share is Surah 24, verse 26. So let's look at it. Surah 24, verse 26. Let's see what it says, my people. Let's see what it says. What a beautiful, beautiful religion. Stay far away from this religion. You got to move fast. Make your decision. Move like a sniper. Move with precision. Stay far away from this religion. You got to move in the opposite direction. You got to move towards perfection. Stay far away from this religion. Jamaican style, man. Anyway, let's get into it. Alrighty. So we are going to share this first with you guys so you guys could see it on the screen. So we show that we are not telling any lie on Allah Sapala Talapala. Allah shower gel. So what you see here? Surah 24, verse 26. Surah 24, verse 26. Wicked women are for wicked men. And wicked men are for wicked women. Oh, wow. What a beautiful God. He says, wicked women are for wicked men, and wicked men are for wicked women. A virtuous virtuous women, and virtuous women are for virtuous men, and virtuous men are for virtuous women. The virtuous are innocent of what the wicked say. They will have forgiveness and are honorable provision. Oh, wow. So Allah is saying, man, wicked women are for wicked men. What kind of God is this God? Is he talking reality or is he just making up crap as he go along? This God look like he have bipolar disease worse than Kanye West. And let me show you why I said that. Wicked women are for wicked men. Is that really true? Allah palatala. Allah sopala tala pala. Is that true? Let's look and see what we can learn from Allah sopala tala. Because it seems like Allah need a brain transplant. Allah need a brain transplant. Yes, that's what he want. He need a brain transplant. Oh, Allah, so pala tala pala. You need a brain transplant, Allah. Allah need a brain transplant. Oh, that's what he want. Allah need a brain transplant. That's what he want. That's what he want. So look at this now, my people. Let me show you how Allah so pala tala pala is nothing but a clown. So remember what Allah says? Wicked women are for wicked men. But look at this. Allah set forth an example for the disbeliever, the wife of Noah and the wife of Lot. Each was married to one of our righteous servants, yet betrayed them. So if wicked women are for wicked men, how did righteous servants end up with wicked betrayal women? Betray them. Women, wives who betray them. Allah, what is wrong with your brain? Allah, what is wrong with your brain? It seems like you got a strain in your brain. Yes. Yes. Allah got a strain in his brain. And the foot he put on L, his ankle is sprained. Anyway, so do you see this? Make no sense whatsoever. If righteous men, if righteous women are for righteous men, how did our righteous servants end up with wife and wife who betray them? So the husbands were of no profit to them against Allah. So the husbands were of no profit to them against Allah whatsoever. Both were told, enter the fire, along with the others. Oh boy. From the Bible, we learn no such thing that Noah have a bad wife. Do you see the disrespect of Muhammad? Muhammad disrespect Noah, so Noah have a good wife, because according to the Bible, Old and New Testament, Noah children and Noah wife was safe. But because of the idiot Muhammad, he came 600 years after Jesus, 2,000 plus years after Noah or more, and came up with a whole story that have no historical background and disrespect this man's wife, saying that the man's wife was a bad woman. Do you see the dumb clown that Muhammad was? Do you see the idiot that Muhammad was? No historical background, nothing to prove all this stuff that he's making up against this man's wife. If we go to the Bible, from the book of Genesis, and everywhere else in the Bible, Noah is mentioned several places in the Bible. And nowhere have you ever heard that Noah's wife was a bad woman, was a woman who betray her husband. Lot. We could say that of Lot, wife was a bad woman. Yes, we could say that. But not Noah. Where is it written that Noah's wife was like Lot's wife? Nowhere. Not nowhere at all. According to what we learn from the Bible, Noah's wife was an obedient woman who listened to Noah and entered into the ark. But we haven't learned anywhere in the Bible that Noah's wife was a bad person. Do you see that? Now, let's continue. But notice what the Quran says. Wicked women are for wicked men, and wicked men are for wicked women. But how did Noah and Lot, who are called righteous, end up, our righteous servants, ended up with two wicked women who betrayed them? The idiot who wrote the Quran, or the idiots who wrote the Quran have a cognitive problem worse than that of Kanye West. This is what the Jews should be worried about. This is what, instead of worrying about what Kanye West say about them, this is what they should be worried about. How Muhammad represent their noble prophets. How Muhammad lie about their noble prophets. This is what these Jews should be worried about instead of worrying about Kanye West. So let's get into some more of this about Muhammad. So we are going to look at Surah 66, verse 5. Surah 66, verse 5. I jump in my car and I start to drive. I drive until I could no longer drive. And then I get to Surah 66, verse 5. Surah 66, verse 5. Wow. Sound better. I sing better than the Quran, man. Look at this. Perhaps if we were to divorce you all, listen, this is now, remember what Muhammad said in Surah 24, verse 26? And this is one of the reasons I believe that Muhammad was attacking the other prophets' wives and stuff like this. Let me show you why. Surah 24, verse 26. Surah 24, verse 26 says, wicked women are for wicked men, and wicked men are for wicked women. But look at this. Surah 66, verse 5. Like I'm driving down Route 66, man. Perhaps if he were to divorce you all, his Lord would replace you with better wives. If good women, if wicked women are for wicked men and wicked men are for wicked women, how did Muhammad end up getting wives that are not the best? Surah 66, verse 5. I jump in my car and I drive until I arrive at Surah 66, verse 5. Do you see that? Muhammad's wives were so bad, they were the best, that Umar is the one who gave Allah this verse. If you think I'm lying, look it up. Umar is actually the one who says, perhaps, literally, you think I'm lying? Look at it. Exactly the way Umar give it. Look at it. Surah 66, verse 5. Hadith, Umar, U-M-A-R, U-M-A-R, U-M-A-R. Watch this. If you think I'm lying, look at Surah 66, verse 5. You will see where Umar gave Allah Surah 66, verse 5. sunna.com. Okay, here it is. Surah 66, verse 5. Let me see if I find it. I think this is it somewhere around here. Where Umar said, my Lord agree with me in A-G-R-E-E with me. Here it is. Okay, I'll show you guys in a minute. So you see Surah 66 verse 5. And what he's saying that Allah would replace them with better wives. That means there are better wives than Muhammad's wives, the ones that were quarreling with Muhammad. Why is it that the Quran in Surah 24 verse 26 says only the wicked get wicked wife, and the wicked woman get wicked husband, but Muhammad have wives that were not the best? Was Muhammad was wicked? Do you see the stupidity of the Quran? Now let me read this for you guys. Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab. This is Sahih al-Bukhari 402. My Lord agreed with me in three things. I said, O Allah's messenger, I wish we took the station of Abraham as our praying place. So that's one thing. Umar gave the revelation to Allah that the Kaaba should be what they bow to, because Muhammad used to bow towards Jerusalem. So came the divine inspiration. Take you people the station of Abraham as a place of prayer. For some of the prayers, example to Rakat or Taraf, whatever. But anyway, that is Surah 2 verse 125. So Umar is the one who gave Allah Surah 2 verse 125. And as regard the verse of veiling, I said, O Allah's messenger, I wish you order your wives to cover themselves from the men, because good and bad ones talk to them. So the verse of veiling of the woman was revealed. So you see that? Umar gave the verse of veiling to Allah. So there was two instances so far where Umar is the God and Allah is the messenger, and Allah is Jibril and Muhammad is just a low person on the totem pole. Once the wife of the prophet made a united front against the prophet, and I said to them, it may be if he, the prophet, divorce you all, that is the Lord Allah will give him instead of you better than you. So the verse, the same as I said it, was revealed. Surah 66 verse 5. Do you see that? So Umar gave a verse that's saying that Muhammad could get better wife. And Muhammad was so stupid that he took that verse, not knowing that if he take that verse, then he would be seen as an evil man on the judgment of Surah 24 verse 26 that says wicked men get wicked wives. So if his wife were not good wives, because in order for you to have something better, that means the first one was not good. It's not like you're saying, oh, I'm going to give you a better shirt. That, you know, that's different. Why were these women, why was Umar saying this to the women? Let me show you guys why Umar was saying this to the woman. Umar see the women as bad women. Bad women. Because let me show you language and all this included. Look at this. Umar see these women as bad women. Look at this. Once the wives of the prophet made a united front against him. So Umar looking at them like, oh, you make a front against the prophet, you're a bad woman. And what Umar said, and I said to them, so Umar said, and I said to them, it may be if he, the prophet, divorce you all, that his Lord will give him instead of you better. Is instead of you wives better than you. So better wife. Better wives. What a beautiful prophet that could get better wives. Better wives. Continue to bear in mind this. I want you guys continue to bear in mind Surah 24 verse 26 as we continue. Wicked men get wicked wives. Watch this. Wicked men get wicked wives. And you will see that a man wrote this Quran, a very foolish man who have memory problem worse than Kanye West. Let me show you this. So look at this. Show you this. Look what this says right here. Can you see this? This is Sahih al-Bukhari 33:30. Narrated Abu Huraira. The prophet said, but for the Israelis, meat would not decay, but for Eve, wives would never betray their husband. Literally what Muhammad is saying, if it wasn't for the Israelites, meat would not decay. What a stupid clown. So meats were not, in the days of Noah and Abraham, meats wasn't decay. The meat didn't decay in those times. Do you see the idiot that that these people call prophet? If it in the days of Noah and in the days of so tell me now, in the days of Noah, when the animals were killed in the flood, what happened to their body? Their body didn't decompose. What a beautiful, beautiful religion. Stay far away from this religion. Move the opposite direction. Move fast with precision. Don't you linger in the valley of indecision. Stay far away, far away, so far away. Listen what he says. Wife would not betray their husbands. So guess what? Remember Surah 24 verse 26? Good men, good women is for good men. Wicked women is for wicked men. Was Adam a wicked man? How did he end up with a wicked woman like Eve? To the point where, because of Eve, women betray their husbands. Because of Eve, Eve is the reason women betray their husbands. Was Adam so wicked that he received a woman that caused all other women to betray their husbands? What a beautiful, beautiful religion. Stay far away from this religion. Move in the opposite direction. Move quick with precision. Yeah. Let this be your mission. Yeah, yeah. Yahweh make vision along with the conquering lion. Yeah. Move far away, far away, far away. Don't you delay another day. Move far away, far away, far away. Like meat decay, you will decay. You will get betrayed if you don't move far away. Like meat decay, you will decay. right on spot, man. Off the cranium. Off the cranium, man. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Listen it again. The prophet said, were it not for Bani Israel, meat would not decay. Can you imagine that? You ate a person. This is what you call anti-Semitism. This is what Kanye West said. It is just water under the bridge compared to this, man. Can you imagine? You ate somebody so much that you say they are the reason why meat decay. Yesterday, I called my friend in Montego Bay. I asked her why meat decay, and she told me why husband got betrayed. Oh man, what a religion! And they say, and were it not for Eve, no woman would ever betray her husband. What did Adam do? Was Adam such a wicked man that Allah gave him a woman like Eve? The woman who caused other women to betray their husbands. Remember what Surah 24 verse 26 say. Wicked women are for wicked men, and wicked men are for wicked women. So why, tell me why, tell me why, tell me why. Seems like Allah only good to lie, good to lie, good to lie. Allah was a liar, man. Allah was a liar. Allah saw a jail. Allah was a liar. Sitting with Muhammad in the fire. Allah put his leg inside the fire. Allah is a liar. Allah is a wicked, wicked liar. Anyway, we could continue forever. Okay, watch this now. Muhammad even got a wife, end up with a wife that was accused of cheating. Accused of cheating. Why Muhammad involving wife beating? No wonder Aisha cheat on Muhammad. I was accused of cheating on Muhammad. You know why? Muhammad was in the bed of Aisha one night. Muhammad get up, run out in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. Muhammad run out of the house in the middle of the night. Roaming on the street like some street mice. Roaming to the night. Yeah. Peter Potter. Anyway, so look at this one right here. Look at this one here, people. Look at this. Aisha narrated, Al-Bukhari 2688. Whenever Allah apostle intended to go on a journey, he would draw lots among his wives and would take with him the one whom the lot fell. He used to fix for every one of his wife a day and a night. But Sada bin Zam, oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. It's the same similarity, but it's a longer one. Similarity. Okay, I think this is the one. No. No, that's not it. That's not it. Boy, it's all these words are put in and still have problem. Still not it. The search engine is. Okay, I think this is one. This is the one, I think. Let me make sure. Yep, this is it. Okay, so what we have here is a story of Aisha. A story of Aisha. Narrated Aisha, the wife of the prophet. When Allah Messenger intended to go on a journey, he used to draw lots among his wives and would take with him the one on whom the lot had fallen. Once he drew lots when he wanted to carry out Ghazwa, and the lot came upon me. So I proceed with Allah's apostle, and Allah's order for availing of the women had been revealed, and thus I was carried in my howdah on a camel and dismounted while still in it. We carry on our journey, and when Allah's apostle had finished his Ghazwa and returned and approached Medina, can you imagine? You went out, finished your stuff, didn't even look to see if your wife was with you. What an affectionate bastard. Allah's messenger ordered to proceed at night. When the army was ordered to resume the homeward journey, I got up and walked on till I left the army camp behind. Wow, must be a child. What kind of woman would get up and walk away from an army? It must be a child, man. You know, Muhammad married to her when she was 6 years old, have sex with her when she was 9. She must have still been 9 or something. I don't know. Why would you walk away from an army? I don't know. When I had answered the call of nature, I went towards my howdah. So she went to answer the call of nature. She tell nobody. And behold, a necklace of mine made of jazz as far, a kind of black bead, was broken, and I looked for it, and my search for it detained me. The group of people who used to carry me came and carried my howdah onto the back of my camel on which I was riding, considering that I was therein. At that time, women were light in weight and were not fleshy, for they used to eat little food. There were no fleshy women. So these people did not feel the lightness of the howdah, which while raising up, I was still a young lady. When she said she was still a young lady, she may be still a baby, man. Because 9-year-old, you know, was at the time when she was messed around with by Muhammad. Muhammad had sex with her when she was 9. So when she called herself a lady, she might mean baby. We take off the L, put a B right here. Take off the L, put a B there. Take off the D, put a B there. And then we'll get a right thing she meant to say. They drove away the camel and proceed. Then I found my necklace after the army had gone. I came to their camp but found nobody therein, so I went to the place where I used to stay, thinking that they would miss me and come back in my search. Can you imagine? Muhammad is moving with his army, and don't come and look and say, hey, baby wife, are you okay? Muhammad didn't care about nobody but himself, man. Okay, so while I was sitting at my place, I felt sleepy and slept. Safwan bin Al-Mu'atil, whatever, As-Sulami, what a name this man have, was behind the army. Why was he behind the army? Is he a part of the army? Why was he behind the army? He had started in the last part of the night and reached my station place in the morning and saw the figure of a sleeping person. He came to me and recognized me, and seeing me, for he used to see me before veiling. I got up because of his saying, which he uttered on recognizing me. I covered my face with my garment, and by Allah, he did not say to me a single word except. So he says, till he made his she-camel kneel down, whereupon he trod on its foreleg and mounted it. Then Safwan set up, leading the camel that was carrying me, till we meet the army while they were resting during the hot midday. Then whoever was meant for destruction fell in destruction, and the leader of the fiqh, and the leader of the fiqh forged statement was Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. After this, we arrived at Medina, and I became ill for 1 month while the people were spreading the forged statement of the people of the fiqh, and I was not aware of anything thereof. But what arose my doubt while I was sick was that I was no longer receiving from Allah Messenger the same kindness. So Muhammad believed that she was I was no longer receiving from Allah's Messenger the same kindness as I used to receive when I was sick. Allah Messenger, suspect the little girl of cheating. I wonder if she get a beating. Since Surah 4:34 say you can beat her and beat her some more. I was no longer receiving from Allah's Messenger the same kindness as I used to receive when I was sick. So Muhammad actually believed that his wife was cheating. So if, look at the stupidity now, remember Surah 24 verse 26. What did it say? Let's read it again. Wicked women are for wicked men, and wicked men are for wicked women. Why would Muhammad believe that his wife was cheating if Muhammad didn't believe that he was wicked? If you believe that your wife was cheating when your Quran says wicked women is for wicked men, why did he believe that his wife was cheating if he didn't believe that he was wicked? Why did he believe that she was cheating on him to the point where he was actually not being kind to her? I was no longer receiving from Allah Messenger the same kindness as I used to receive when I was sick, when I fell sick. Allah's Messenger would enter upon me saying a greeting and add, how is that lady? So they put lady in parentheses. I think he mean, how is that girl? I don't see no lady there. And then depart. Literally, he was saying, oh, is that girl? That aroused my suspicion, but I was not aware of the propagated evil that till I recovered from my ailment and went out with Mr. to answer the call of nature towards Almanasi, the place where we used to relieve ourselves. This is where Umar used to spy on Muhammad's wife. When they go to call the nature, Umar was, I saw you, Sada. I saw you using the toilet. The place where we used to relieve ourselves and used not to go out for this purpose except for night to night. And that was before we have lavatories close to our house. And this habit of ours was similar to the habit of the old Arab in the desert or in the tent. Concerning the evacuation of the bowel, for we consider it troublesome and harmsome to take lavatories in the houses. So I went out with Mr., who was the daughter of Abi Rum bin Abd Manaf, and her mother was daughter of Shakir, or whatever, bin Amir, who was the aunt of Abi Bakr Has-Sadiq, and her son was Mr. bin Uthata. When we had finished our affair, Mr. and I came back toward the house. Mr. stumbled over her robe, whereupon she said, let Mr. be ruined. I said to her, what a bad word you have said. So look at this. This man have a wicked wife who want him to be ruined because the man was obviously wicked, I guess. Remember Surah 24, verse 26. And so Aisha said, what a bad things you have said. Why would you want your husband to be ruined? Do you abuse a man who had taken part in the battle of Badr? She said, oh you there, didn't you hear what he has said? I said, and what did he say? She then told me the statement of the people of fiqh, forged statement, which added to my ailment. When I returned home, Allah's messenger came to me, and after greeting me, he said, how is that lady? In other translation, it actually says, how is that girl? I remember seeing a translation that says, how is that girl? Yes, she was no lady. I said, will you allow me to go to my parents? At that time, I intended to be sure of the news through them. Allah's messenger allowed me, and I went to my parents and asked my mother, oh my mother, what are the people talking about? My mother said, oh my daughter, take it easy, for by Allah there is no charming lady who is loved by her husband, who has other wives as well, but that those wives would find fault with her. So according to the mother is accusing the wives of starting this rumor. But let's see if it's the wife who started the rumor. I said, Subhan Allah. Sup and Allah. Allah is like a Subway sandwich. did the people really talk about that? That night, I kept on weeping the whole night till the morning. My tears never stopped, nor did I sleep, and morning broke while I was still weeping. Allah's messenger called Ali bin Abi Talib and Usama bin Zaid when the divine inspiration delayed in order to, look at this, when the divine inspiration delayed. So God was going to reveal to him whether his wife was a cheater, and why is it all of a sudden the divine revelation delay. In other cases, when Muhammad wants to do something, divine revelation. But in this case, when something is bothering him, like his wife cheating on him, no divine revelation, no divine revelation, no divine inspiration. So he called Osama bin Zaid. I'm afraid of Osama bin Zaid that my little girl wife has slowly got, I don't know what to do. The revelation delayed, and I am fear she has gone astray. In order to consult them as to the idea of divorcing his wife. Wow. So he's planning on divorcing her. But according to Surah 24, verse 26, what it says, a bad man, a wicked man will receive a wicked wife. So why Muhammad was thinking of divorcing his wife? So he have no proof that she commit adultery, so he couldn't kill her, but he was thinking about divorcing her. Usama bin Zayd told Allah's messenger of what he knew about the innocence of his wife and of his affection he kept for her. He said, "O Allah messenger, she is your wife, and we do not know anything about her except good." But Ali bin Abi Talib said, "O Allah messenger, Allah does not impose restriction on you, and there are plenty of women other than her." So Muhammad have no restriction. Muhammad could marry to any woman he want, because he have no restriction, no restriction, no restriction. Muhammad have no restriction. If you want your wife, you gotta give up your wife. You want your life, you gotta give up your life. If you want day to become night, day will be night. If you want hey, listen to me, man. Okay. So watch this. Do you remember when they keep calling her a lady? A lady, a lady, a lady, a lady. Watch this. Watch this. And there are plenty of women other than her. If you, however, ask her slave girl, this part here is very dangerous. According to Al-Tabari, when the slave girl was asked and she said she know nothing about it, Ali started beating her violently. Ali beat her violently. According to Al-Tabari, that this man suggests that Muhammad asked the slave girl, but when Muhammad asked the slave girl and the slave girl said no, Ali started whooping her. And Ali, even Ali, according to Al-Tabari, I think as far as my memory serves me right, Ali actually says, Aisha is easy to be replaced. She will tell you the truth. Aisha added, so Allah messenger called Bahira and said, "Oh Bahira, did you ever see anything which might have aroused your suspicion as regard Aisha? Bahira said, by Allah, who has sent you the truth, I have never seen anything regarding Aisha which I would blame her for, except that she is a girl of immature. Notice what this. She's a girl of immature age. But if you notice up here what they have, lady, you're my knight in shining armor, and I love you, for you have made. Do you see that? They call her a girl of immature age. A girl of immature age. Immature age. But then they call her a lady. Is a girl of immature age a lady? No, you must be crazy. She is not a lady. She could never be my baby. No, if no, but no, maybe. What a catastrophe. Anyway, let's get back to it. Who sometimes sleep and leave the door of her family unprotected so that the domestic goat came and eat it. She was such a baby that she would go to sleep in the dough and the goats would come and eat the dough. Eat the dough? That sounds like something from G.I. Joe. Anyway. So Allah Messenger got up and addressed the people. I think this means and asked for somebody who would take revenge on Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. Remember, Aisha's mother accused Aisha's sister wives as if they were the one who started the rumor. But here is Muhammad saying, take revenge on Abdullah. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that Aisha didn't cheat on him. That doesn't mean that Aisha did not cheat on him. Allah Messenger, while on the pulpit, said, O Muslim, who will help me against a man who hurt me by slandering my family? By Allah, I know nothing except good about my family. And so if you know nothing about good about, do you see how the hypocrite that Muhammad was? Muhammad remind me of Charlemagne the God and Ice Cube, how hypocritical they are. Let me show you why. If he look at Muhammad. I know nothing except good about my family. Do you hear this guy? Watch this. If I know nothing except good about my wife, but when my wife was sick, oh, what's going on with my cursor? Come on, man. I know nothing except good about my family. I know nothing except good about my family. But when the accusation was burning in his mind, what did he do? He treated his wife. He ignored his wife while his wife was sick. And the wife is a baby, a little child. But he know nothing except good about his family. What a beautiful, beautiful prophet. All this time he ignored what his God say in Surah 24 verse 26. Wicked women are for wicked men, and wicked men are for wicked women. Do you see the catastrophe of Mohammed Disili? Mohammed Disili. That's his last name. Disili. Like an Italian. Mohammed Disili mean that he was very silly. Mohammed bin Disili. Mohammed bin Disili. Or Mohammed bin Silly. Or Mohammed bin Madness. Son of madness. Mohammed bin Satan. Do you see what we got going on here, people? Do you see what we have going on in the world today? What is wrong with the world? And people have blamed a man for whom I know nothing except good. So they blame the man that helped Aisha, according to Aisha. And he never used to visit my family except with me. Saad bin Muad al-Ansari got up and said, "O Allah Messenger, by Allah, I will relieve you of him. If he be from the tribe of Bani, Alos, then I will chop his head off." Do you see the society? What kind of monkey court? Nothing was proven. You know, the man started a rumor, but they cannot prove that the man was lying at all. Lying at all. And if he be from our brethren, the Khazraj, then you give us your order and we will obey it. So if he's from a different tribe, he will cut his head off. But if he's from his tribe, whatever Muhammad say. And that Saad bin Ubaidah got up, and he was the chief of the Khuzra. And before this incident, he had been a pious man, but he was incited by his zeal for his tribe. He said to Saad bin Muad, is that the way it's spelled? Pronounced. By Allah the Eternal, you have told a lie. You shall not kill him, and you will never be able to kill him. And that Usaid bin Adir, the cousin of Saad bin Muad, got up and said to Saad bin Ubaidah, "You are a liar. By Allah the Eternal, we will surely kill him." Wow. Wow. And you are a hypocrite defending the hypocrites. So in a case of that, it's killing. Got to be killed. Got to be killed. Got to be killed. Blood got to spill. Sacrifice for Muhammad's reputation. Yet Muhammad didn't trust his wife. Muhammad himself didn't trust his wife. Didn't trust the baby wife. Did not trust the baby. He did not trust the baby because he's very crazy. He didn't trust the baby wife. Hey, now someone's going to lose their life because he didn't trust his baby wife. So the two tribes of Al-As and Al-Khazraj got excited till they were on the point of fighting with each other while Allah's messenger was standing on the pulpit. Allah's messenger continued quietening them till they become silent, whereupon he became silent too. And that day I kept on weeping so much that neither did my tears stop, nor could I sleep. In the morning my parents were with me, and I had wept for 2 nights and a day without sleeping, and with incessant tears, till they thought that my liver would burst with weeping. Liver. What kind of society is that? You thought your liver would burst with weeping. Your liver? Maybe your lungs, but that maybe your lungs, but not your liver. I wonder if Muhammad thought that your liver would burst too. They thought that my liver would burst. Oh wow! From weeping, with weeping, I could see your somebody, you know, who that know too much, say that your lungs will burst because maybe you're not breathing good because of what they call it, hyperventilating or something like that. But I can't see your liver burst. I'm gonna cry until my liver bursts. Hey, cry until my liver bursts. Hey, hey, cry until my liver bursts. My liver bursts. My liver bursts. Say, go call the funeral parlor. Call the hearse. I'm gonna cry till my liver bursts. Hey, hey. While they were with me, and I was weeping, an Ansara woman asked permission to see me. I admitted her, and she sat down and started weeping with me. While I was in that state, Allah Apostle came to us, greeted, and sat down. He had never sat with me since that day. He had never sat with me since the day what was said. Do you see that? Never sat with his wife. But he said his family is so good. What a beautiful prophet. He had stayed a month without receiving any divine inspiration concerning my case. Wow. Why? When covering the woman, revelation, boom. When the women were fighting against him, revelation, boom. When, what was the other case? All these revelations just keep coming to him. Boom, bap, boom, bap, boom. But this one, no revelation whatsoever, because he still was trying the case. He was still trying the case. He still has suspicion in his heart. Suspicion, and then they want to kill that man. Allah Messenger recited this Tashahud after he had sat down, and then said, thereafter, O Aisha, I've been informed such and such a thing about you, and if you are innocent, Allah will reveal your innocence. Oh, so he was waiting for Allah to reveal the innocence. Allah will reveal, but guess how Allah was going to reveal the innocent? An actual person would see it and inform him, and then that would be how Allah reveal the innocence. And if you have committed a sin, then ask for Allah's forgiveness and repent to him. For when a slave confesses his sin and then repent to Allah, Allah accepts his repentance. Wow. Why she sound like equal to a slave? Oh, I don't know what he was trying to say here, maybe. Or if Allah can forgive a slave, he will forgive you. But would he forgive? Or would he stone her to death? If he confessed, she would be dead, man. That's why she was crying. When Allah Apostle had finished his speech, my tears ceased completely, so that I no longer felt even a drop thereof. Of course, your heart was at rest. Your heart was at rest. You trying your best. Your liver did not burst. Then I said to my father, reply to Allah's messenger on my behalf as to what he said. He said, by Allah, I do not know what to say to Allah's messenger. Even the father may believe that. Then I said to my mother, reply to Allah's apostle. She said, I do not know what to say to Allah's messenger. Still a young girl, as I was, and though I had little knowledge of Quran, I said, by Allah, I know that you heard the story of the fiqh, so much that it had been planted in your minds, and you have believed it. So look at this. Even the little girl know that he believed it. So now, if I tell you that I am innocent, and Allah knows that I am innocent, you will not believe me. And if I confess something and Allah knows that I am innocent, you will believe me. You will believe me. If she confessed that she did it, you will believe me. By Allah, I cannot, but he said, my family is good. I cannot find of you any example except that of Joseph's father. Who is Joseph's father? Here is another story now. So for me, patient is most fitting. Which Joseph is he talking about? Is he talking about Jacob? I don't know who's Joseph's father that he's talking about. Wow. Fitting against that which you assert, and it is Allah alone whose help can be sought. Then I turned away and lay on my bed, and at that time I knew that I was innocent and that Allah would reveal my innocence. But by Allah, I never thought that Allah would send down about my affair divine inspiration that would be recited forever. Wow. Allah, man. Allah sapalatala, man. What? What a thing. What a thing, man. Do you see how the Quran, Muhammad and his Quran is divided? Muhammad believed his wife was a bad woman, but the Quran is saying wicked men get wicked women. Let me show you, man. Let me show you things. This is how you reveal the stupidity of Islam, man. Okay, let me show you another. Oh wow. Let me show you. I don't know how that end up that way. TAID. Okay, here is another story. Here is another story. Here is another story. Here is another story. So, here is another story. We're going to start from right here, and I show you another story. So, it seems like the companion of Muhammad were bad people. Maybe they were bad people. Watch this. Okay, let me see if I find it. Listen to this little story here. This story kind of funny. All right? Listen to this story. This is from Sahih al-Bukhari 2468. So he says, once I shouted at my wife and she paid me back in my coin, and I disliked that she would answer me back. So you shout at your wife and your wife shout back at you and you get mad at it. No. You shout at your wife. She got tired of you shouting at her. So she shout back at you and you dislike that she should answer me back. She said, why do you take it ill that I retort upon you? By Allah, the wives of the Prophet retorted upon him, and some of them may not speak with him for the whole day till night. Do you see that? This is how Muhammad's wife were treating him. By Allah, the wives of the Prophet retorted upon him, and some of them may not speak with him for the whole day until night. The Allah, can you imagine? This man was a prophet, and his wife. So, what kind of wife did Allah give to Muhammad? Were they good wives or were they bad wives? Because according to the Quran verse, Allah would give him a better wife. Better wife. Surah 65, verse 5. Allah will cause him to divorce them and replace them with better wives. So what did Muhammad do to deserve wives that are not the best wife? Since Surah 24, verse 26 is saying that wicked men end up with wicked wives, and good men and wicked men end up with wicked wives, and wicked women end up with wicked men. So what causes Muhammad to have these kind of wife? What she said scare me. Look at this. The man was scared because of what his wife said. What she said scared me, and I said to her, whoever amongst them does so will be greater loser. Then I dressed myself. He quickly got dressed. He said, man, I don't believe this. And went to Hafsa and asked her, does any of you keep Allah's messenger angry all day long till night? She replied in affirmative. She said, yes. Look at this, man. She said, yes. I said, she is a ruin losing person and will never have success. The guy said to Muhammad's wife is a ruined losing person and will never have success. And Aisha will never have success too, because it was Aisha and Hafsa. Aisha and Hafsa always give Muhammad a headache. Oh boy. Doesn't she fear that Allah may get angry for the anger of Allah's messenger, and thus she will be ruined? Don't ask Allah's messenger too many things, and don't retort upon him in any case, and don't desert him. Demand from me whatever you like, and don't be tempted to imitate your neighbor, i.e. Aisha, in her behavior towards the Prophet. So Aisha was behaving badly. Hear this, in her behavior towards the Prophet. For she, Aisha, is more beautiful than you. Wow. And more loved to Allah's messenger. Oh boy. Man, what a beautiful, beautiful story. One more story. Let's see this story here. Let's look at this. Let us look at this. Temporily. I think we have Let's see if we get it this way. I guess not. I guess not. Okay, let's see. What about that? Oh no! I don't know. I don't know now. Let's see. If we do this, what would come up? What about this? Cut. Okay, let's see. Oh no 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 no. Okay, let's see. Temporarily. Let's see what we got here temporarily. Here we go. I think this is it. I used to look down. So this is Aisha talking. Narrated Aisha, Bukhari, 4788. I used to look down on those ladies who have given themselves to Allah's apostle. And I used to say, can a lady give herself to a man? But when Allah revealed, you, O Muhammad, can postpone the term of whom you will from them, your wives, and you can receive any of them whom you will. Literally, it seems like Muhammad was saying that, hey, I'm writing something that I could give up any one of my wife I want to give up and choose any wife that I want to choose. And you can receive any of them whom you will. And there is no blame on you if you invite one whose turn you have set aside temporarily. Look at this. So Aisha used to look down on the women offering themselves to Muhammad. And look at the revelation that quickly came. Boop! Look what happened. But when Allah revealed, you, O Muhammad, can postpone the turn. That means Muhammad used to take turn with his wife. So he can postpone the turn of any one of his wife if he want to. That was a threat to Aisha. That was Muhammad writing a threat to Aisha, literally, that says, hey, you continue with this behavior, I'm gonna postpone your turn and take whoever I want. Literally, and because Aisha enjoyed her turn, Aisha didn't want this. Because look at this. And you may receive any of them whom you will, and there is no blame on you if you invite one whose term you have set aside temporarily. And this is Surah 33, verse 51. I said to the prophet, I feel that your Lord is to fulfill your desire. Aisha was a thug, man. Aisha was an OG. Aisha saw the fraud in him, and Aisha says, I feel like your Lord is to fulfill your desire. This is how rebellious Aisha was. Aisha don't care about this crazy God that Muhammad was talking about. Aisha be like, wow, your God sure is to fulfill your desire. That as soon as I open my mouth and say, can a lady give herself to a man? All of a sudden, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah Shawajel, decided, oh, You or Muhammad can postpone the turn. Aisha didn't want her turn to postpone, but she didn't care. She said, I feel like your Lord. Hasten in fulfilling your wishes and desire. Wow. Wow. So how did Muhammad end up with wives like these? Rebellious wives like these? If according to the Quran, only a wicked man end up with wicked wife. So I wonder why he end up with that kind of wife. Wicked women are for wicked men, and wicked men are for wicked women. How did Muhammad end up with this kind of wickedness? How did he? Don't see that nothing Muhammad said make no sense, man. Nothing Muhammad says. And how did Noah and Lot end up with wicked wives? Only in the Quran. So I want to say, man, all praises to the triune God, the God who is above all gods, the God who gives us wisdom to decipher things and to make sense of sensible things and to make nonsense of things that are nonsense. And Islam is nothing but pure nonsense. Let's read some comment. Let's involve my brothers and my sisters, Oh my God, here goes the Abdul with their sexcapade. The Abdul and their sexcapade. I'm afraid. Why those Abdul and their sexcapade? Man, they love to promote sex. So the other day, I was reading an article where it actually says, I read it before quite a while. They said Muslim countries, Pakistan, for one, is the #1 porn watching country, and it actually involved animal porn. I was like, wow. So, blessing to you and your family, brother from Scotland. I already read that one. Thank you so much, Nori Brown. And we have one here, VC. I don't remember if I ever seen VC. So I would be depressed if I scam many people as Tate did. I scammed. Tate is a 419. And he's evil in his mind. And he's not repentant of that kind of wickedness. That guy is a wicked person. Tate, really and truly. And look at this clown, a Mohammedan. He said Nazis are white, mostly Christian. But guess what? I could show you Muslims in pictures with Nazis. Do you want me to show you that? I could actually share now Muslims in pictures with the Nazis. All pictures of Islam and the Nazis. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it since you're running off your mouth so much. And AZI and ISLAM. Nazi and Islam, Nazi and Islam, Nazi and Islam. Nazi and Islam, Nazi and Islam, Nazi and Islam. I want to tell you something about Islam. Tell you something about Islam. How Nazi quoted Islam word. Let me show you something, friend. Don't think that your religion is free from Nazism, because it's not. Your religion is Nazi religion. And all similar wickedness want to kill the Jews. Your prophet says to kill the Jews. And I will show the hadith to support what I say. Look here. Here we go. Nazi, brother, Nazi, brother. Do you see Nazi here, brother? Brother Nazi. Brother is a Nazi. I see a Nazi. Do you see the Nazi? Yes, me see the Nazi. Tell me about the Nazi. Tell me about I see a Nazi. I see a Nazi. I see a Nazi. 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 Do you see the Nazi? Watch the Nazi. Do you see? I see a Nazi. I see a Nazi. I see a Palestinian. Photo, Palestinian Nazi. Palestinian Nazi. I see a Nazi. A Nazi. A Nazi. A Nazi. A Nazi. Do you see Nazi, brother? Brother! Brother! Do you see Nazi right here again? I see the Nazi. Do you see the Nazi? Can you really? Do you see the Nazi? Nazi. Nazi. Do you see the Nazi? I see a Nazi. So, brother, don't do that. Don't you ever say that. Don't you ever mention Christianity and Nazi. Because Jesus says, love your enemies and pray for them. But we don't see that in Islam. And Jesus said, do unto others as you like them to do unto you. But guess, let me show you Nazi. Just like the Nazi. Mohammed acting just like the Nazi. Mohammed was a Nazi, just like a Nazi. Let me show you. Mohammed was a Nazi, just another Nazi. He was a Nazi. Mohammed was a crazy Nazi. Mohammed, you know, was a crazy Nazi. He was a Nazi. Yes, he was a Nazi. And this is what the Jews need to be fighting about instead of fighting against Kanye West. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Sahih al-Bukhari 29:26. Allah's apostle said, the hour will not be established until you fight the Jews, and the stone behind which a Jew will be hiding will say, oh Muslim, there is a Jew hiding behind me, so kill him. Even the stones will become Nazi. Stone is a Nazi. Stone is a Nazi. Nazi. So bloodthirsty, turning our Nazi. Stone bloodthirsty, turning our Nazi. Will want to hurt me, turning our Nazi. Here is another one. Here's another one. Allah sapala talapala. Narrated Abu bin Umar. Allah apostle said, you, i.e. Muslim, will fight with the Jews until some of them will hide behind stones. The stones will betray them. Wow. Man, those stones, man. Those stones are very anti-Semitic. What kind of stone? It must be they were hiding behind the black stone in the Kaaba, and the black stone got 2 eyes and a lip. 2 eyes and a tongue, and the long tongue of the black stone said, because I don't know how you only have a tongue, but you can talk. Can somebody talk without a mouth? This is how stupid Allah apostle was. Allah apostle said the stone will be given a eyes and a tongue. If you got a tongue, you can't talk. Only a tongue. You have to have a mouth. So it said, you give it a tongue, unless he mean tongue mean language. But why you get an eye without a mouth? The stone will betray them, saying, O Abdullah, i.e. slave of Allah, there is a Jew hiding behind me, so kill him. Wow. Da-dam, da-da-dam, da-da-dam, da-dam, da. Ibn Umar reported Allah apostle, may peace be upon him, as saying, you will fight against the Jews and you will kill them. Oh, wow. Look at this. You will kill them. Until even a stone will say, come here, Muslim. I wonder if the stone have an accent, like a Jamaican accent. Yo, let me tell you, wait, hold on. You're Muslim. There's a Jew hiding back of me here. Come on, chop off him head, man. There's a Jew hiding. There is a Jew hiding himself behind me. Kill him. Wow. Can you imagine? The stone didn't even say there's a Jew hiding behind me. The stone wants the Jews to be killed. What a wicked stone. And Kanye West never said anything like that. Look at this. Abu Hurairah reported Allah Messenger, may peace be upon him, as saying, listen what Allah Sapala Talam Messenger said. The last hour will not come unless the Muslim fight against the Jews. So look at it. If you want the last hour to come, these Muslims got to fight the Jews. Wow. What a beautiful prophet. And will kill them. Can you imagine? This man was so delusional to the point where he said, oh, the Muslim will kill the Jews. Like, when you mean kill them, what do you mean? In any war, somebody's going to die. But when he said kill them, it seemed like he would kill all the Jews. That's what it sounds like. And would kill them to the point that every Jew will be killed. Because what? He says, until the Jews would hide themselves behind a stone and a tree. It would be so bad that they're hiding behind stone and a tree. Why would you be hiding behind a stone and a tree? But they run out of ammunition and they're hiding behind a stone and a tree, and there is no whatever, and there is no drone and no Allah Messenger. Seems like he didn't know that there were ever gonna be any drone, and there were gonna be aircraft dropping bombs on people and all this stuff. He didn't know. Allah Subhanahu Ta'ala didn't tell him. He didn't tell him. So you'll be hiding behind a stone and a tree, and the stone and the tree will say something to me. And the stone will be in the zone, and the stone will say, there's a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill him. Look at this. Until the Jews would hide themselves behind a stone or a tree, and a stone or a tree would say, Muslim are the servant of Allah. There is a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill him. But the tree, wow, Jacquard would not say, for it is the tree of the Jew. We need to start planting I'm going to start a campaign to plant so much Jacquard tree that we would replace all the tree in Israel with Jacquard tree, because that's the only tree that will protect the Jew. Jews, if you are listening, leave Kanye West and start planting Jacquard tree, because your biggest danger is not Kanye West. Your biggest danger is Allah Subhanahu Ta'ala and his Muslims with the Jacquard, and you need to protect yourself with Jacquard. If you don't have Jacquard tree, I don't know what's going to happen. Get rid of all the stones that are going to inform on you, break them apart, and use them to build buildings and roadways. Break up all the stones in Israel, all the stone in Jerusalem, all the stone that you can find. Break them up and turn them into gravel and use them to pave the road, because these stones will turn on you in the last day when the hour comes. Before the hour comes. And you need to start a campaign where every Jew, if there is 6 million Jews, each one need to plant 10 Jacquard tree and make sure that the Jacquard tree grow. So all together, you will have 60 million Jacquard tree, because that's the only way you're going to survive. All your ammunition, all your allies, all your bombs and your guns can't help you. Only Jacquard tree can help you. So you need to plant some jacquard trees because only these can help you. So you hear what I'm saying? And leave Kanye West alone. He have a mental problem. Leave him alone. And a matter of fact, my fellow Jews, I say fellow, because I am a Jew, but not born Jew. I'm not of the bloodline, but I am a Jew. So Jews, let me give you a good secret. You people are doing great jobs in America in the healthcare industry. I appreciate you guys in the healthcare industry, in the healthcare. So since you are so good in the healthcare industry, because you have so many hospitals that are Jewish hospitals and all the stuff, and you have so many medical building, and I think that is good. Yeah, you guys and the Catholics, you guys are really doing great job keeping hospitals in the American societies. So let me tell you, Jews, what I want you to do. I want you to help Kanye West because you guys have the resources. Instead of fighting against Kanye West, do help him. You guys have the resources. You have the resources. Build bridges. Don't build no more wall. Like Jericho wall, China wall. What kind of wall we ever heard of again? We Berlin Wall. Let's get rid of the walls and help the man because he need help. He cannot help himself. And you will see a different man. I'm telling you, he will transform into Optimus Prime and he will save his people. I believe. I believe. I believe. Do you believe? I do believe. But guess what you need to do? Plant these jacquard trees. If you don't plant all jacquard, you're going to be in trouble. Because these Muslims are coming to get you. And if you don't plant your jacquard trees, they are going to get you and remove all the stones from your land. America need to help you. America need to get rid of all the stones in America. Every stone, don't care how small the stone is. If the stone is a pebble, it need to go. We don't need no stones in America. Sticks and stones may break your bone. Yes. We don't need no stones. And I'm going to Jamaica next year. And I'm telling the prime minister over there, if you don't get rid of the stones, we're going to get rid of you. Because we need to support the Jews. Because when a person who attempted suicide several times and tried to kill himself, don't care about his own life, is threatening Jewish people like this, talking about they're going to fight Jews and they hide behind stones and trees. We need to help the Jews. Because if the Jews were telling the Muslims, like, oh, if there was a Jewish prophet that tell the Muslim, you need to hide behind a tree, and the trees would, I would help the Muslim too. But there is no mad prophet from the Jewish side that is telling the Jews, they're telling the Muslim that we're going to kill you and you hide behind a tree, and the tree will say, so what we need to do, we all need to put our resources together and we need to go to Israel and plant, each one of us in America that love the Jew, we need to all donate and we go to Israel and we plant. For each person in America, we're going to plant one tree. And guess what? The whole place will be filled with trees. And then we just take all the iguanas that is invading Florida, and we just throw them on the trees, and then hide in the green leaves of the trees. And when the Muslims come to fight the Jews, the iguana jump off on them and scratch them. This is a stupid religion, man. Do you see all this? And Look at this. How many people narrating this same stuff? Look at this. Ubaydullah has reported in the hadith with the chain of transmitter, and words are, there is a Jew behind me. This one sounded a little better. At least he didn't say, come kill him. Narrated Abdullah ibn Umar. It's like 4 different people narrate this stuff. Wow. This means it must be true. I heard Allah Apostle saying the Jews will fight you. Oh, wow. This one said the Jews will fight you. The other one says you will fight the Jews. So which one do you believe? I'm more to believe the other evidence that says you will fight the Jews. And you will be given victory over them. So that the stone will say, oh Muslim, there's a Jew behind me, kill him. Oh, wow. I bet if Kanye West I'd make a rap song and said, yeah, this is Kanye West. You know, I call it yeah. So Kanye West come and said, yeah, easy, 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 so breezy, and the trees will help me. Even though they are few, one day the trees will help me to kill the Jews. Man, they would have done him. They would have put him at the gallows and cut off his head. Boop. That's what they would have done. Can you imagine this? They would have put him at the gallows and then chop off his head. Bing! But look what Muhammad said. And then you have people like, what an idiot called? Rabbi Tovia Swinger. Rabbi Tovia Swinger better pray that he's not alive when the trees will. Ibn Umar narrated the messenger of Allah said. You will fight the Jews. You will fight the Jews. Notice this. You will fight the Jews. You will gain such control over them. Wow. You will fight the Jews and you will gain such control over them that a rock will say, oh Muslim, this Jew is behind me, so kill him. Kill him. Don't you kill him. Don't you let the blood splat. Can you imagine the rock said, you could kill him, but you don't let the blood touch me. Because that's a Jew blood. Wow, and somebody called Jew blood? That sounds like a R&B singer. Let me see if there's somebody called Jew blood. That sounds like a R&B singer, man. That somebody need to get that name, man. Send it out there. Jew blood. I see. Let me see. It sounds like an R&B singer, man. Jew blood. Hey. A rap rock singer. Rap. Juju blood. Juju blood and Apple Music. So we heard that from Juju blood, Jamaican music. Wow. I never heard of that. Juju blood. Anyway, let's not get into that. Anyway, my people, man, I love you all, man. You guys have been my companion when I am down, So here you come again. Nazi are white. Andrew Tate is giving dawah to millions. Oh, wow. Andrew Tate giving dawah. Wow. Andrew Tate giving dawah. When Andrew Tate give dawah, then you know that Islam is nothing but a donkey religion. If a rip-off artist can be giving dawah, then you know your religion is desperate, man. It said Andrew Tate is giving dawah. Do you see this right here? The guy actually said Andrew Tate is giving dawah, man. If a donkey like Andrew Tate is giving dawah, then you know your religion is desperate. A man who beat women and rip off people on the internet is giving dawah in your religion. You know your religion is desperate. Desperation is troubling this clown. Can't you help him to settle down? Give him some medication to fit his situation. I need a prescription. Cause this Dawa donkey is going down. Hey, the Dawa donkey is going down. I agree with this. Ice Cube, NWA, so his agenda was always disruption and hatred. I wouldn't say totally everything, you know, but some part of his rhetoric is hatred, like police this and this and this, you know, promoting hatred, you know. But he seems like he's running from it now. I don't know about the synagogue of Satan's. I don't know. Alhamdulillah. I don't know about the Alhamdu to Allah. Allah need a brain transplant, man. Yes, that's what Solomon was telling the ants. Allah need a brain transplant. My brother said Khadija got her dad drunk to marry Muhammad. Bad woman for bad. Wow, I need to look into that. I never heard that before. I've never heard that one before, my brother. Look what this guy says. Like I said, you lot tried so hard, still can't disprove Islam. Wow. This guy is totally delusional. When I was in school, when I was younger, I was not bad at math. So they would send me over to, the class was divided into two parts. And they would send me over to, they used to call it B and A. And I was over an A. And they would send me over to help somebody who need help. When I finish my work, I would go over and help somebody. I don't care how you teach them, show them. Sometimes some people cannot get it. Just like this clown. Like I said, you lot try so hard, still disprove Islam. Right? Look at all the stuff we reveal about the stupidity of Islam. To people who make sense, to the people who make sense and the people who have sense, they see the stupidity of your religion, the stupidity of your clown god. Look what he says right here. You said you were in speaker corner. Do you? Who is talking about? Where I ever say I was in speaker corner? I don't think he's talking to me, or maybe somebody else. I was never in speaker corner. So I don't know who this clown is talking about and talking about. Right now, why you are here because something is bothering you, my friend. So, you know, it's obvious that what we are saying is bothering you. Obvious that what we are saying is bothering you, friend. So anyway, my people, God bless you all, man. We're gonna have a beautiful day today, man, because if it's you know, God's will, and we are gonna do our best to survive out here. And remember, man, keep it 100% Jesus when you walk out there, and remember that all praises are due to the triune God, the God who is above all gods, the God who gives us wisdom to decipher things and to make sense of sensible things and to make nonsense of things that are nonsense. And as far as we are concerned, Islam is nothing but pure nonsense, literal nonsense. So, my people, I see you when I see you, if it's God's will. And I thank you for watching and listening to me. And remember, when you walk out there, keep it 100% Jesus, and you'll be safe. And pray for Kanye West. Really and truly, it's really genuine. Pray for that guy. You know, sometimes people just need help. I need our prayer instead of our words bashing and tearing them apart. You know, so peace out.